Welcome to
Boring
but Effective. Welcome to another boring but effective episode. Jason Sibio, the Challenger BDM, joins us today to talk all things Challenger. Welcome, Jason.
G'day, Dave. Great to be here, mate.
Thanks for coming on, mate. Now, you and I have been working together for quite a while. So, how can we best describe what Challenger does and how you provide a guaranteed income for life for our clients?
Yeah, so thanks for the invitation. Really nice to be here. So I think probably the best place to start is maybe just have a chat about who is Challenger. We are a life company and market leaders in providing retirement income to Australians. So our purpose is to, in fact, provide customers with a financial security for a better retirement. That is what we do. That's actually what we do and what we specialise in. So, and we're actually celebrating our 40th birthday this year.
Congrats. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Are you able to take us through what some of the Centrelink advantages of an annuity is?
Sure. Centrelink there's definitely an advantage for clients when you're looking at lifetime annuities. We'll talk a little bit about the overall strategy maybe in a second about what these strategies can do for clients. But these products have been quite popular for Centrelink strategies for several decades. So clients in the current rules can achieve an immediate 40% reduction on the asset that is used to purchase the lifetime annuity. So if a client allocates $100,000 to purchase a lifetime annuity, Centrelink would only assess $60,000 towards their asset test. That would result. So that's resulting in an uplift for age pension if they were asset tested. So, if a client is receiving a part asset test pension, they could obviously improve that entitlement, or maybe they're a bit above the upper threshold. And, depending on how far above that is, there are obviously strategies that they could use to maybe bring that forward or maybe get under the threshold to pick up some pension straight away.
It's certainly a terrific strategy that we certainly look at. The landscape's changed quite a bit in terms of age pension, and it has certainly moved towards the upper end and people getting $1 so they get the benefits as opposed to the bottom end of how do we get a full age pension come hell or high water. So and I guess from our perspective, it is one way of generating an income stream for our clients, and we call it income layering in the business. Can you tell us a bit more about the income layering and how Challenger really sets itself apart using annuities?
Yeah, great question. I think the strategy to me it's far beyond a Centrelink strategy, and it's really becoming far-reaching to whether it is maybe a Centrelink strategy or into a high net worth type strategy. But maybe before we get into that, it's probably just worth noting that we're going to talk high level. Probably do need to stress that these are just general conversations in nature. So these strategies may or may not be suitable to everyone's situation. So best thing is have a chat to a qualified advisor like yourself to determine if any of this is suitable. But so how do we do it? So we are Australia's largest annuities provider. So in simple terms, an annuity is simply a contract with the life company where we agree to pay a guaranteed level of income for our clients. An example of this, in Australia, we're really fortunate to have, a safety net. We mentioned Centrelink for retirees being that of the age pension, right? So this might be the first income layer for a whole bunch of retirees. However, it is quite limited in the amount it provides and the lifestyle that it can then generate. You can then set up a second income stream, that being from the lifetime annuity, to pay on top of this for someone's lifetime. And then the third layer is that generally where the bulk of the client's funds will still lie, coming from the account-based pension and or other income and assets that they might have. So, we talk a fair bit around wants and needs level of income. So, wants being, what is your desired level of retirement income to live the lifestyle that you want? That's a personal thing. Everyone's going to be different, right? However, as an example, you'll be aware, ASFA, the Association of Superannuation Funds of Australia, they've done this study across the country and have averaged that around to be 75,000 for an average Australian retiree couple to live what they call a comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah.
And about 53,000 for that if you're a single. Again, your income objective might be a lot higher. For some, it might even be lower. But it's a nice little guide.
Yeah.
But then out of that number, what are your essential needs? And when I say needs, it doesn't mean baked beans and bread to survive. But if you strip out some of the discretionary spend, what is the base level of income required for you to live your comfortable life? So an example, if 75 was your overall income objective, 55,000 or 60 might be your base level of income that you don't want to fall below to live that quality of life. So a lifetime annuity can be a really great way to help ensure a desired level of income to pay for somebody's life. Longevity is increasing across the country. We're retired a long time.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that, and I'm sure you come across this, it's something that it does play on the minds of a lot of retirees. Can I live the lifestyle I want to lead? Will this pot last?
Yeah.
So that's where advisors like you come in, and these are some of the solutions available to you to help navigate those scenarios.
Absolutely, yeah. There's any number of scenarios. We have people that are worried about longevity. Is their money going to run out? They've got people who would love their money to run out. The kids will get the house, so they're going to spend all their money, and any scenario in between. So it's really interesting you mentioned the income layering there, and that's one of the things we look at doing essentially, so that we get the income level right. And the Centrelink age pension is always a fallback position, but we like to have a certain amount of income on top of the age pension as well, guaranteed for someone's lifetime, so that there's no, if they do happen to run out of money, there's not that hard landing.
Right.
And
I did see a nice little video of yours a little while ago talking about your retirement philosophy and gave it a nice little like. So well done.
Thank you very much. Yes, it is a strong philosophy here at D. Walter and Associates.
I was just thinking before, it actually really ties in super nicely to the title of your little video series, Boring But Effective.
Yeah, it is.
It's exactly what this strategy is.
Yeah.
We don't try and shy away from the fact this is absolutely the boring part of your portfolio. But it's in this boring foundation that is actually the enabler to give retirees the confidence to help fulfill their purpose in retirement and live that lifestyle and spend with a lot more confidence. Because I think, because they know that next month and the month after that and the month after that, that paycheck will always be there, and this pot of money will never run out.
That's exactly right. It is incredibly boring, but you can absolutely give that certainty of the same amount paid on the same day every month for the rest of your life. Absolute guarantee. And that's what we love about the certainty of these things. And then you can move on, and some people would argue they may be a little bit more exciting account-based pensions, and some of the investments you can do through those. But you're right, Jace, you hit on the nail on the head. 100% boring, but the most effective strategy you can come across, and means people can just get on with their life and do what they want, and leave us to doing the mundane and the minutiae for them.
That's right. So lifetime annuities evolved a lot. Like, there might be preconceived ideas about lifetime annuities, and once upon a time there was no death benefits and there was no access to capital. But this segment of the market has evolved a lot over the last decade or so, where the modern day lifetime annuity can come with death benefits through to their ABS life expectancy, access to capital, so they can break the contract up until their ABS life expectancy as well. So won't go through the whole ins and outs of how the product structured, but there are other new features within modern day. So.
And it's not just the Centrelink stuff either, is it? You're seeing quite a few come across your desk for self-funded retirees looking for some certainty.
Yeah, we're seeing the whole whole range of different net wealths where these strategies really adding a lot of value. So, yeah, but even on that income layering strategy we spoke about a minute ago, there's, I guess, the boring but effective part. I think actually where it's not boring, actually where it can be quite exciting is, if you do get excited by this stuff, is that when you actually start to look at the how you're optimizing the overall portfolio by looking at a blended solution. When blending a lifetime income stream with other assets, this can be actually quite beneficial to how you're optimizing those overall portfolio outcomes. Because
you're spot on there, the nail on the head. They can guarantee income for longer because there's the guarantee there. The capital isn't under pressure as soon as early as what it may have been. There's not the hard landing on Centrelink, and as time goes by, and you might be introducing the kids into the annual reviews as the parents get older. There's one eye there on what's the estate value, and normally kids want to come in and say, well, you've looked after my parents for years, and you're doing the right thing, and you can actually say, well, I'm looking after all of you. So I appreciate it, Jace. That's a terrific overview of how Challenger goes about it, and the annuities, and how we assist clients through there. So thank you for that. And now we'll move on to the fun bit. Now, what's your favourite meal?
You know what my favourite meal is? And it's not necessarily a dish. I'm sorry, but I hope this is not cheating. But I reckon my favourite meal would have to be the very first meal on an overseas holiday with the family.
Aha.
Right. So hear me out. Picture it. You've worked hard all year. It's been a big year. You've earned your trip away, and you get to one of your family's favourite destinations, sitting on a deck, overlooking the ocean views. Who cares what it is? Burger, local cuisine, steak, doesn't really matter. But you've arrived, everyone's happy, and there's great memories to be made ahead.
Absolutely. It could be bacon and eggs for breakfast, but because you didn't cook it and you're on holidays, it's delicious.
Absolutely.
No, that's great. That's certainly a unique one. I like it. But speaking of unique, you've got the opportunity to invite one person, living or deceased, to gate crash the Sibio family holiday overseas and to join in your favourite meal. Who would that be?
Well, the correct answer would probably have to be my beautiful wife. It might be a bit weird otherwise.
We'll assume she's already there.
Yeah, we'll assume there she's there. So in lieu of that, I'm probably a bit young for this, and I don't listen to much of his music, but I'm going to say Elvis.
Aha.
Yeah.
King.
So, the King. Growing up, mum and dad actually, loved all that 50s and 60s rock and roll. These records, then CDs eventually, constantly on repeat in the lounge room. So that was definitely the soundtrack of my early childhood. And Elvis definitely played a bit of a starring role in all that. So, I reckon it'd be pretty fascinating to have a chat with as well. He lived through the birth of rock and roll, the fame, the stories that he could tell. I reckon it'd be pretty interesting.
Absolutely, and I guess you've just updated your favourite meal to deep fried Mars bars by the sound of things.
Well, let's just say how he died.
That's amazing. Hey, thanks, Jason, so much. It's been great to chat with you and to get the idea of how Challenger helps me and what you guys do and what the benefits for clients are there with their retirement income. So thanks again, mates, and appreciate you coming on.
No, my pleasure, Dave, and all the best. Thanks.
Cheers.
Boring,
but effective.